Okay, so first of all, here we are in the entry of the pediatric intensive care unit from Hadassa hospital. First of all, I want to commemorate my boss and my teacher, Dr. Ido Yatzir. It was the head of the unit, and I passed away in 2011, and was part of the building of the unit, and I'm really happy to have been to learn from him.
Yes.
So this is the new place that we moved in about a month ago, which is a bigger place.
Yes.
And for the moment we are still filling 8 different rooms, but we have the place I will show you after that to grow up and to have additional patients that will be soon be accepted to the unit. And in this department we have patients coming from all over the city and from outside Jerusalem.
Yes.
We have patients coming from Gaza.
From Gaza?
From Gaza also. We have patients coming from East Jerusalem. We have all the different populations.
From the territories also?
From the territories also. The Jewish population that is coming here for different surgery. We have quite a significant program of cardiac surgery for children, and all of them are coming here to the intensive care unit. Without the intensive care unit, pediatric intensive care unit, we cannot do those surgeries.
Yes.
This is the only program of cardiac surgery in Jerusalem.
All right.
So even the other hospitals in Jerusalem, they have pediatric intensive care units, don't have a cardiac program. So
Would you have a cardiac program here?
So we have a cardiac
Can
program.
you do surgeries inside here?
We are not doing here the surgeries,
All right.
but one of the benefits of having moving there is that we are in the same building as the operating room.
All right.
So now the children coming from the operating room and are not stable, arriving quickly. And the way from the operating room to the unit, which is a very dangerous part of the surgery, is much more easy now because we are much closer. Just one elevator and they are coming here. So this is a significant benefit to the children. Okay.
All the rooms are the same?
Not all the rooms are the same. There are bigger rooms. This room, for example, is a room that is completely can be closed completely and be what is called a sterile room. Sometimes we have children with infectious disease.
Yes.
And that should be.
You can close. It looks like.
We can close it completely, and the entrance will be from another door. Okay.
Is this building or this site armored against any attack or something? When
Yes.
It looks like the doors are.
This part of the building, we have half of the unit that is considered to be a shelter. So even in case of significant military problems in the area, we can still continue to
operate correctly.
So the operation are not here, the operation are downstairs.
No, but operate like
to continue to treat the patient because it's impossible to move them.
From which age to what age do you carry patients here?
From the age of 0, so we have neonates.
You have
just born with a significant disease.
They told me that you have something very special here for neonatals.
It's not the neonatal unit. But if there is a neonate that needs a cardiac surgery, he will come here after the surgery.
All right.
And up to the age of 16 years. So it's a very broad different. So that's why also we need devices and equipment that fit babies and adults. So it needs much more equipment than in a regular adult unit, because the population is wide and from 2 kilos to.
Which one is the most frequent case you get here?
I would say that about 40% of the cases is cardiac surgery.
Cardiac.
And the other case, we have neurosurgery. We have children after trauma. There is a small girl that have a television that fall on her head.
Oh, a television.
She's doing okay. She's just in observation here. We have children that are coming sometimes with some complication from the rehabilitation hospital. There's a very good rehabilitation hospital called Alin, just nearby. So when their children have problem that needs more acute treatment, they will come here. So there is a child that was admitted yesterday. We have a couple of children after regular surgery that had complications that need more observation. There is a child today that in the operating room that will be admitted here after an orthopedic surgery. In the winter, when the children have significant pulmonary disease, respiratory problems, then the unit is the most amount of children here are children with respiratory problem, and that's different in the.
How many kids you have? How many?
8 kids. 8 kids.
8 kids, 8
Yes,
kids.
we have-
But they go and you take them to other parts of the hospital and pick
Yes,
up.
so they are coming from wherever they are, from the emergency department, from the operating room, for the other department, and at the end, when we feel that they are safe enough and stable enough, they go back to the pediatric department, pediatric surgical department, and very very rare that we are discharging them directly home.
You have a monitor outside to see, everybody can see it. I see what they're checking every room from the outside, not
Yes,
just
so
inside.
because every room is closed, which is very good for the patient.
Yes.
It's less noisy, so they need less drug for the sedation to be calm and quiet, and it's easier to treat them for the family to be with the patient. But we need to know what's happening inside, so we have all kind of screens and alarms to be aware of what's happening in the room and with the children. And if something is going wrong, then we will see it outside, we will hear the alarm, as you can hear the beeping now. It's something that is beeping in the room, and we have the sign also. The alarm
You
outside.
told me about that one of the biggest advantages of this new area is that they are closer to the operation rooms.
Yes.
Can you tell me other advantages of when you change from the other side of the hospital to here that you are getting in this you were talking about?
One of the benefits is that it's bigger. The
Yes.
space is bigger. The rooms are much. We have more space.
Yes.
And it's much easier, and the family feel that we are not just jumping on top of them.
Yes.
So it's nice for the family. It's nice for the team.
Yes.
And it's easier. And the main purpose of the movement here is in fact the other part.
I have another bed, like a crib.
And so all this area that for the moment is not yet
Still operating.
completely operating.
Yes.
But we have another 8 rooms that we will be operating slowly. So in the next months,
Yes.
we will have 2 more beds, 2 more rooms, and then after 2 more, etc.
Another.
And that will so we'll be able, because we know that one of the main problems that we had in the unit with 8 beds is that we are in shortage of
Yes.
beds all the time.
Yes.
And so one of the benefits, one of the purpose of moving here was not only to have more space, but to have more beds.
Right.
And we're waiting. It's just an organization issues to set up to be able to admit more kids here.
Okay.
So this is the main benefit. Anything else is secondary. The main benefit is that the purpose of the movement was to have additional rooms to be able to.
And this was
accept-
possible. I know. I'm thinking this movement and this was also possible because of somebody. I don't know. Somebody.